Alrighty guys, today's video is going to be completely different than what I'm used to making, but I felt like I have to make it because this is the worst thing I've ever seen affect my community that I've been a part of since I was a little kid 13 years ago. So let's just get right into what's going on. In case you have no idea about streamer bets, basically, when people stream League of Legends on the North American server usually, you're allowed to bet on their games using these sketchy crypto gambling websites, and essentially it's sports betting on the streamer. You can bet on whether they're going to win or lose and get paid accordingly. The problem with this is that people are betting on streamers and then sniping them, going into their games and then running it down or soft inting, and this goes on day after day, essentially ruining the streamer's life. There have been countless players from Faker having to deal with this all the way to 50 viewer streamers. The entirety of the League of Legends streamer section is being affected by this. It's gotten so bad that Tyler1 literally started running it down to send a message to Riot Games. I made a video on that earlier supporting him because quite frankly, playing League of Legends in high elo is just not worth it anymore. And on that note, I just got back from Twitchcon. I met so many League streamers that I've played with for years, and to be completely honest, it is literally depressing at how negatively they spoke about ranked. And like, these are people's jobs and livelihoods. All of them were so depressed, and it's in part because they can't even play the game or do their job properly because of these betting websites. And that leads me to a streamer named LS, who I actually was a fan of before this. LS decided to partner up with a crypto esports gambling website which has streamer bets enabled. Obviously this is so bad for the game because it encourages people throwing more games in high elo. He's hurting all of his fellow streamers by doing this, but honestly that is the smallest part of the problem. I went down the rabbit hole to see what was going on with this whole thing, and within 2 minutes I found that the company that he is sponsored by is literally just a rebranded version of a company named DJ Esports, which has been exposed for scamming hundreds of thousands if not more from its customers. And what I found out past that is completely disgusting. The company had to pay $6 million to the SEC and was shut down for a year for allegedly scamming its customers. And to be fair, they may have paid the SEC $6 million just for fun, just as a tip for good service, doing a good job in the world. But when you throw in all of the reports of people getting scammed by that company, I think it's safe to say that's probably not the reason. And something that's kind of ridiculous that happened just a few hours ago is the scam company came out with a tweet saying that they're getting rid of streamer bets. Obviously, you'd think this is a really good thing, but then you take 2 seconds to actually look at it and you see that it's nothing more than complete bullshit. The first thing that's complete BS is that they mentioned they've been thinking about getting rid of it for months, which obviously isn't true, it's just PR, everybody knows it. But then the second thing, the absolute icing on the cake, is that they mentioned they are hopeful they can bring it back in the future. They do not care at all. Obviously, it's a scam company. All they care about is making money. But I just thought that it was so funny that they couldn't even hire a PR person smart enough to leave that part out. And what bothers me is, you know, we've got this League of Legends drama where everyone's got egos and everyone trash talks each other. And that's really dumb, petty stuff. But this is completely different. The problem is, LS is promoting a company that scams their customers for large sums of money. He is literally getting paid 6-figure checks at the cost of his own audience. I know for a fact that he doesn't need the money. He's mentioned multiple times on stream that he hoards it. It's been leaked that he makes $500K a year without sponsors, and that's most likely more than the actual Twitch revenue. One of the many people that had the misfortune of dealing with the company that LS is promoting has made multiple videos with over an hour of proof of the company scamming him. And at best case, he didn't care enough to look into the company he's taking the deal from, but considering how many people have told him at this point about this DJ Esports situation being a scam and whatnot, and he's still partnered with them, I feel like it's a pretty fair thing to say that he probably doesn't care about his viewers. And I've noticed his world streams over the past few days is literally just talking about his bets over and over and over again. It's literally nothing like his old content used to be. So that's the base of the situation, but obviously there's more. There was a very viral Reddit post about LS and this whole esports scam situation, and LS ended up streaming for 3 hours straight, taking every possible direction, saying it's not a big deal, it is a big deal, he didn't condone it, he didn't know it was a thing. It's honestly hard to keep track of it all, but he did go into an hour-long call with the person who made the Reddit thread, who's actually a fellow streamer who has felt the pain of getting games rigged against him because they've been bet on. He is one of many people that just can't stream high elo anymore. And the thing I don't understand is why LS deleted that 3-hour Twitch VOD of him defending himself. I don't understand why he would delete something unless he didn't like it, if the whole point of it is literally to just defend himself. And on that note, a friend of his actually downloaded the entire VOD and sent it to me, and these are a few little clips from it.
Would you not find it concerning as a solo queue player if somebody was taking that sponsorship, and then the site is promoting that type of gamble on your games?
No.
The streamer that recorded this conversation ended up getting in a call with LS, had DM'd that he had no bad intentions and just wanted to have a conversation. The conversation ends up with LS just being dumbfounded for an hour straight, like he was literally IRL stunlocked, and that's pretty much it. Throughout the whole thing, he compares playing poker with promoting a scam website that had streamer betting. And honestly, I could go on for an hour with all the different ways he deflected away from the fact that he's literally getting paid 6 figures to promote a website that will scam his audience. And that's really where the problem is. Regardless of your opinions on sports betting or gambling, this is absolutely not okay. A lot of big streamers don't want to talk about this because League of Legends is more cliquey and socially awkward than your average high school. And people don't want to talk badly about big streamers because they want to get hosted and be on their good side for engagement. But honestly, I don't care about that. I have no clue how this is going to be spinned. I'm not saying boycott him. I'm not saying ruin his life and go talk trash about him online. I just need to let as many people know about this as possible because it should not be allowed for people to promote this kind of website that will literally steal your money from you. These streamers need to stick to promoting shitty mobile games and not promoting actual scams to their audience. I'm sick of all my friends hating their careers and hate playing ranked just because of these types of websites. Riot should, can, and won't do anything about it, but that doesn't mean that you're not wrong for being a part of the problem yourself. And that's the smallest part of it. The fact that you're promoting a company that had to pay $6 million to the SEC is absolutely insane to me when there are so many companies that are legitimate that wouldn't destroy your audience's lives, that can possibly scam your audience. I don't get it. I don't think there's anything to get. It's just greed. And yeah, looking forward to a response for this and any potential backlash I might get from him and his buddies, but I guess we'll have to see what happens. Peace.